So we go to our y equals, and we want to graph 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus x minus 6.
Do you want us to write it up there what we'll compare, or?
When I ask for the zeros, we're just going to list the numbers. So approximately, where does this hit the x-axis?
Negative 1.5 and 1.
Negative 1.
It's negative 1.5.
Negative 1.5.
Put negative 2.
That is not in the middle of 1 and 2.
There's 3 of them. Negative 2, negative 1.5.
And where do you get 3? There's 3.
There's
All
3
right,
of them.
let me zoom in. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier.
Negative
So the first one is negative 2.
Oh, there is 2.
Second
Negative
one
1.5.
is negative 1.5. And the third one is 1. So if you can't tell, which it was kind of hard to tell from this original that it hit twice, you can always zoom in. Okay, so our zeros, we just list those. Zeros are just numbers. All right, find all solutions to p of x equals 0.
Grouping?
No. Plug it in.
Yeah, just put 0 in for.
Plug in the numbers.
I'm asking,
Set it equal to 0. That's all. Ooh.
yeah, if this is equal to 0, what's x going to be? What values of x make this whole thing equal 0? Isn't that the same as the zeros? Yeah, I'm just asked the same question another way. So, zeros are the numbers you plug in for x that make the entire thing equal to 0. There's the x-intercepts. All right, list the factors. When I say factors, we're putting x with it. So, if negative 2 is a 0, what would my factor be?
X plus 2.
All right, if negative 1.5
Plus 1.5.
and 1. All right, so the factored form is really the same thing. We wrote the factors. The factored form is just those things multiplied together. E. Where is p of x greater than 0? So again, I'm asking you a question about the graph. I want to know, when is the graph above 0? So if I look at this, I can tell from here, or if we look at our zoomed in option, greater than 0 is above the x-axis. So where does that happen? From negative 2 to negative 1.5.
There's a ladybird.
Okay. Union, where else?
Hey, I'm trying to write my notes right. Quit.
All right. So a couple of the Math Excel questions tonight are going to have things like this. It's really just looking at the graph, and you might have the same answer multiple times. I might say, what are the zeros? What makes it equal to 0? Just testing if you understand that those are the same thing. Are there questions on that one? Second thing I want to look at today. I want to start factoring polynomials. And today, when I ask you to factor, I'm going to give you a starting point. So factoring, we're breaking it into all those factors. And I will give you a hint on all the problems today. I'm going to give you one of the zeros. Okay, so just think like if I asked you to factor, a number. Back when you were listing all the prime factors of 32, you made these little factor trees, right? And you said, okay, I can break it into a 2 times a 16. Where did my 16 come from? You divided 32 divided by 2 is 16, right? So if I give you the first 0, we're going to divide by that. So we know synthetic division, so my 0 goes out in the box. And here are my coefficients. Remember, if you have any missing powers of x, you have to put in a 0 for those. So 6 comes down. 6 times 5 is 30. Negative 37 plus 30 is negative 7. Negative 7 times 5 is negative 35. 32 plus negative 35 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. And that adds up to 0. Okay, this is my remainder, my constant. This is my x and x squared. So this is currently 6x squared minus 7x minus 3. Yeah, my directions are to write the factored form, but once I get it down to a quadratic, don't we have a lot of techniques for factoring quadratics? Okay, easy method, slip and slide, box method, whatever your preferred strategy is. So what multiplies to negative 18 and adds to negative 7? Okay, divided by 6. So 9 over 6 reduces to 3 over 2. So 2x minus 3. 2 over 6 is 1/3, so 3x plus 1. Right, we are almost there. My directions, I want the factored form. All right, here's 2 of the factors. This was x cubed, so I should have 3 parentheses. What's my third one going to be? Yeah, 5 was a 0, so we have to put an x minus 5 in there. So this one is just because of that first 0 I gave you. And that is factored complete.
Can we check it on the calculator?
Yes, you can graph it and check for the x-intercepts. So those will be the zeros. So let's just check real quick. What would make, if you set 2x minus 3 equal to 0, what do you get? 3x plus 1? And x minus 5. So on the graph, it should cross the x-axis. You can plug them in and see if it equals 0. All right. So far, so good? Let's practice another one. Do you guys think you can set it up and start it? All right. Okay. So what'd you do first?
Synthetic division.
All right. So if I give you the 0, we start with our synthetic. And that negative 3. So you get 6x squared plus x minus 1. What now? Slip and slide or box method, whatever you like. So x squared plus x minus 6. Multiply to negative 6 and add to positive 1. Well, we have to divide by 6. So you get 2x plus 1, 3x minus 1. Okay, we're going for the factored form.
You forgot your negative 3.
Yes. So negative 3 is a 0. What other factor do we have? X plus 3.
All right, we good.
If I asked you for the zeros of this, what would be the zeros?
It'd be like 2x,
X, negative 3, and
You're not gonna have a half.
Okay.
You have a third.
You set this equal to 0, you get negative 1/2. Positive 1/3. Negative 3.
I've never heard so
All right.
much confusion about
I was very worried for a second.
There is no.
Okay, we do need to look at a couple little things.
oh, yeah.
We should.
We got it. We got it.
What are you talking about, Brett?
Okay, so what am I asking you to do on this one?
Find our remaining zeros.
The remaining zeros. So
It's the
the
same.
process is the same, your final answer is just slightly different. Instead of giving me the factors, you give me the zeros. So if we start with our synthetic, one comes down. 1 times 3 is 3. Adds to 2. What would happen if I didn't get 0 right here?
It'd be a remainder, it'd be
you'd
the x
have
plus
to
3, or the remainder over the x plus 3.
So you would have a remainder. So would that really have been a factor or a 0 then?
No.
No. So if I'm telling you it's a 0, you know your remainder should turn out to be 0. If it doesn't, you've made a mistake.
Or maybe you made a mistake on the question.
Well, that's possible.
Just make them up. Wait, the remaining zeros wouldn't those be everything but the 3?
Yes.
14 but
Okay.
Not gonna factor at all.
That does not factor. So what do we do?
Quadratic.
Quadratic formula.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't go away. So remember your quadratic formula. Okay, so if we do that, we get x equals the opposite of b, so -2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 2 squared, minus 4 times 1 times 2, over 2 times 1. Okay, so I get 4 minus 8. What is the square root of -4? So if we divide those by 2,
Need a little plus or minus on that.
okay. Do I have to include the 3 with this? No, because I didn't say give me all the zeros, I just asked for the remaining ones. So I gave you one of them, you had to find the other 2, and here's what they are. -1 plus I and -1 minus I.
Would it ever ask us to find the factor form of that?
Yes, probably not today. We'll be working with this more. But it's actually not so bad. So you just do, for the factors, you do x minus those things. So it'd be like x minus the -1 plus I.
Oh, okay.
So that's x plus 1 minus I. And x minus the -1 minus I. So that one's x plus 1 plus I. And those would be your factors.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay. Do we need another one of those? No? Are we doing okay with this?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so if you haven't finished the one from Friday, that's first. Then there is a second one that's open with the stuff we did today.